top 10 games for the top 10 gamers. Let's get into it. Let us get into the top 10 upcoming next-gen video games. This list will not be defined by the order that I speak them in. Each one brings its own hype and anticipation. With it, they could be great games, or they can release and be flops. Note, now that I got that disclaimer out the way, let's get on to the list. Number 1. Godfall. Borderlands developer Gearbox sets to break the mold in their true next-gen video game. Godfall is a third-person looter slasher, and knowing Gearbox, there's probably tons of loots. They are known for making Borderlands with millions of combinations of weaponry and items, so they probably just took their coding logic for Borderlands and incorporated it into Godfall. So instead of thousands of guns, you'll be getting thousands of swords and armor pieces. Godfall also has multiplayer co-op up to 3 players. No reason why not 4, maybe because 4 is too overpowering for a boss, and I guess it's just going to be limited to 3. No word on local play, as local play seems to be restricted to only on Nintendo devices, because every Xbox, PlayStation are kind of pushing local play out, or the devs are making games more single-based or multiplayer-based on one console, where Nintendo is still incorporating local play on in their games. Like take it Animal Crossing that just came out. There's local play on it. Pokemon, Let's Go Pikachu, local play. The only one like Zelda and Pokemon Sword and Shield. But moving on. There's not much known about Godfall other than the information that it will launch first on PS5 and PC, and devs have said they will speak more about it very soon. So keep your eyes out for it, and there's no ETA on Xbox. Number 2, Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 is supposed to be released somewhat this year for the PS4 and Xbox One, and most likely PC. However, Techland released an interview saying that they have indeed eyes on the new tech, and all of a sudden, earlier this year and around January, they decided to delay the game. They could be saving this one for a launch day of next gen, which to be honest could take advantage of the new tech and give gamers something awesome to play with their shiny new consoles on day one. The story continues off with the first one, but with a spin that allows the players to control the story, so to speak. Every decision you make alters and changes what happens in the game. If you play Dying Light 1, you may be hyped up for the second. Number 3. The Elder Scrolls 6. The memes of Elder Scrolls Skyrim being ported to pretty much everything imaginable, from PCs, Xboxes, PlayStations, VR headsets to the Switch, and now even the Alexa has Skyrim. If there's anything to show you, Elder Scrolls and Bethesda is no joke when it comes to porting this game. I put thousands of hours into Skyrim, not only on the console, but if you combine my VR hours, if you combine the portable hours, and then I even put it on PC just to do modding, because PC is where all the real good mods are. The only concern that I have with the new Elder Scrolls 6 is Bethesda has a track record right now, and there's been numerous scandals and numerous bad press with how they handled Fallout 76, and it was a bonfire. So that is good reason to be cautious for any fan and take Elder Scrolls 6 with a grain of salt. Number 4. Grand Theft Auto 6, baby! Now, if there's any games that I would consider a must-have, it is definitely the Grand Theft Auto series. They constantly changed the way the game is played. They brought open-world games mainstream with GTA 3 and the countless gore, violence, prostitution, gangbanging, all in GTA San Andreas, and then they showed the world the true evolution of online gaming with GTA Online. You cannot tell me that Rockstar doesn't have the big guns. With the power of the next generational consoles, technology, Grand Theft Auto 6 could be taken to a height that I can't even imagine right now. Because GTA Online already does so many things, I'm not sure what the hell they're going to even add at this point to make GTA 6. They could do a brand new story with a GTA Online port, but let's be real, this is Rockstar we're talking about, and never count them out. With new technology, we just gotta be ready for some amazing things. Number 5. God of War 2. If you played or finished God of War 1, not the PlayStation 2 franchise, but the newest one that debuted on the PlayStation 4, then skip this segment now, because there will be a spoiler ahead. You have now been warned. I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. God of War Reboot, in my opinion, has set the standards for how the games in the series can be rebooted. They completely changed the way the game can be rebooted. Not only did they play on the past games featuring the chain blades, which was a joy to pick up, but then the swapping the Greek mythology to the Norse mythology was an incredible perception of take in this new game. And the gameplay was completely different. God of War went from action-based combat to more of a survival-based combat. And at the very end, if you return home after beating the game, you're greeted by no other than Thor, the Mighty Avenger. The game won numerous awards, including Game of the Year, so you could bet your ass that Sony themselves will be cooking up another to debut someday on the PlayStation 5. And we are all going to be waiting for that next God of War. Number 6. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Nintendo is known for the magical journeys of their video games, and Zelda has been around for ages. However, Nintendo gave Zelda, quote unquote, the God of War treatment, so to say. The revolutionary changes of how you play Zelda was never seen before, with weather affecting your character, weapons breaking, armor and food to combat such weather conditions, and of course changing the way our hero looks by replacing his legendary green tunic to blue. Also featuring voice acting in the game, which was never done before in any Zelda game, it became an awesome game. Like God of War that we previously talked about in number 5. Was it 5? Yeah, number 5. It had tremendous success with various rewards, including it also won Game of the Year. With the trailer Nintendo already showed, it's leaving gamers filled with anticipation for the next in the franchise. This will truly be a gem. We are waiting for the Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Number 7. Halo Infinity. In my other video, exclusives for the PS5 and Xbox Series X, I touched on the legendary facts of Halo, the series that jump-started the world to online play. And I mean, Halo 2 with Xbox Live was one of the greatest moments in gaming at that time period, other than maybe Unreal Tournament if you remember the series. Anyone that's a modern gamer should know about Halo at this point, and what we can all hope for is that Halo 2 restore the game to its former glory. Microsoft, can you show us the goods? Come on! Number 8. Metroid Prime 4. And we're going to leave it at that. Number 9. Outriders. Developed by the creators of Bulletstorm and Gears of War, you can tell from the gameplay of this footage it's a blend of both. For as much as I know about the game, it's a co-op looter shooter and it has no PvP that's been confirmed. So the easiest way to put it, it's Destiny meets Gears of War meets Bulletstorm. Action-based gameplay with the unique skills of Bulletstorm with the online co-op RNG from Destiny. The game was just revealed a few weeks ago, so it's going to take some time for us to know more. It does look good and it's good enough to make the top 10 of the list. Moving on. Number 10. Cyberpunk 2077, boy! Witcher devs, those amazing devs, are aiming to change the scope in the gameplay with Cyberpunk 2077. The only thing I have that's gripped about Cyberpunk 2077 is all the customization you can do on your character, but it is only stuck to first person. I was kind of hoping for maybe a first-person, third-person type thing where you can swap so you can see your character, but it seemed like they opted only for first-person. That is kind of a bummer. But moving on, the game was supposed to debut in early April, but now has been delayed. My theory it was delayed because it wants to be pushed towards the newer gen consoles, because that's where you're going to play the best version of the game. Personally, I'm glad it was pushed back because I wasn't going to play the game until the PlayStation 5 version came out anyway. And PC is debatable, not saying the PS5 version will be better than the PC, because PC, we all know, is always superior, but the PS5 version gets really close to PC type specs where, it's all about edging out the differences now. Price wise, if PS5 hits the price point, well, it then becomes debatable. But anyway, spending more time on the version to push it further into the next generation of consoles. It could be currently as current gen or next gen, but I'm deciding to put this in the next gen category because this game is going to be a truly remarkable experience. I mean, Witcher has over 60 hours in the main game, 50 different endings. Then they added like 3 huge mega DLCs that increases the game to like 30 hours each DLC, which is like 70, 80, 90 hours. And then on top of that, with the base game of 50 hours, like, I don't understand how they do it, but they do it. And Cyberpunk 2077 is going to take that into the shooting genre, and it's just gonna be crazy. I mean, have you seen the trailer? They got John Wick. Anyway, guys, this is Husky Puppy. You can't spell IGN without NGI. I'll see you in the next video. God bless, and cue that outro, boy. Peace.